Hey y'all, welcome to our channel. Join us as we go on the Carnival Conquest. We actually took this ship out of Miami, Florida. Usually we go from our closest terminal, which is in Galveston, but we wanted to take a quick cruise, so we flew to Miami. This video is going to be fairly short, but we kind of took this ship just to get away, just to take a little mini vacation. So a few differences we actually noticed between our home terminal in Galveston and the Miami terminal is that things move very, very, very fast. The process was so much more quicker than usual. But just a few tips that actually made it move quicker was that to make sure you have your documentation. Make sure you've done everything you needed to do and you have everything. It was just zooming by. I'm not kidding. We were actually amazed. Something else that we actually noticed was that the staff was very friendly. The staff was extremely nice. Staff was helpful. Of course, they always are when you're getting on the ship. It's when you're getting off that they're not so pleasant. Another thing was that the facility and terminal itself was very clean. I do suggest doing a cash account. Some people were having a few issues, but other than that, it was peachy. It was great. We loved it. So as you see, we're getting on, and I am so excited. And I think somebody was screaming as they got onto the ship, and I wanted to scream with them, but we entered, and where we entered, like all Carnival cruise ships, you enter right there in the atrium. So whenever we entered, it really wasn't too packed. We got on kind of early this time compared to what we usually do, but a few things to expect when you do board a Carnival cruise ship. Of course, is there going to be music? There's going to be lots of people, but guest services is already open. You can't get into your rooms yet, but Guy's Burgers is open. So a lot of people are headed up to the Lido to get that. So you do enter in the center of the ship. And so from here, we kind of begin to just chill around, kind of get acclimated with the ship. Do your muster station immediately. Get that out of the way. You can't go anywhere until you do complete that. But we headed up to the Lido. On the Lido, there's so many options, so many food options. Oops, I was in the way. Go ahead. I'm trying to get him to go. But of course, there's so many food options. If you're vegan, vegetarian, you have allergies, gluten-free, all you have to do is get with somebody, get with one of the hosts or hostesses and just let them know. And there goes, menu mate. And that's where you can check in with them and they'll kind of point you in the right direction. But desserts and food galore. First place I'm headed to, of course, is the salad bar, but this is the Lido. Plenty of options. And now we're headed over to Guy's Burgers. So later on, I'm going to give you kind of a better tour of the bar and just all the toppings and all of those things, but this is Guy's Burgers on the Lido deck. So here, you just walk up, tell them what you want, get it, walk away, pile your burger up, and just start partying, have a good time. On the Lido deck, right now we're having the sail away party. So at this point, if you have the drink package, you can't utilize that just yet. That won't be effective until the following day. But you can always go ahead and start getting your drinks and, charging your room, charge your sign and sell card, and get those specialty drinks. Again, I do suggest doing a cash account. I've been seeing a lot of people lately kind of complaining that when they get off the ship, they're having additional charges. So we always do a cash account. But yeah, Carnival Cruise Ship is always a great time for us. It's a time to relax. It's a time to party. A time to just chill out, hang out, get away. So leaving out of Miami, we didn't have any issues with the weather. Everything was so beautiful. Other than the terminal, it really wasn't a huge difference. This was a quick, beautiful cruise. So I'm just showing you a view of the atrium. We're on the highest level, but looking down, every atrium of Carnival cruise ships are different. So this one had kind of like a Spanish vibe, Spain, murals, all of those things going. And around the ship, you'll notice there's always several portraits and paintings up. They do auction those out on some of the sea days. So just make sure you check your itinerary whenever you get on, just to see when they're going to be doing those auctions. So now we're heading over onto the Lido deck when it's not so full, just so we can kind of show you around. This is early in the morning. So in the morning, they're cleaning up, getting everything tidied up. They're putting out additional towel animals, and just really getting ready. One thing my husband and I do, we always go to breakfast every morning in the dining hall. I try to make it to the sunrise. Usually I get left behind because I'm still sleeping. But that's one thing we really get on these cruise ships, just to kick back, relax, have a good time, and take a break from life. So we love cruising Carnival. I don't care what anybody says, but I'm going to show you a few of the food options. Here we have Blue Iguana Cantina. And so for breakfast, they have breakfast tacos. They have anything you could possibly think of. Omelets, if you want to get them made there, you can as well. For lunch, they have tacos, quesadillas, taco bowls. It's kind of like a mini Chipotle. And headed around, usually Guy's Burger is close to Blue Iguana Cantina. But right now it's empty, of course. This is the only time it's going to be empty. But you come over and you look up there, you can get it straight up. You can get a plain Jane, you can get the ringer, Chili's Maximus, pig patty, and it gives you kind of a description of everything. I always get mine with the cheese, of course, extra cheese. This is one thing that's always open at all times. Ice cream, soft serve, frozen yogurts. You can get that any time of the day or night. Coming around to the Lido deck again, to the Lido buffet. Here there's breakfast, but for some reason on this ship, they kind of didn't open up the entire buffet. It was always sections that were closed. That was weird, but it was okay. Hey, hubby. So just coming through, here is where you can get hot dogs, sandwiches, hot or cold sandwiches, whichever one you prefer. This is the deli, and they're open pretty late as well, along with the pizza place, of course. You're not going to see that in this video because I didn't really go over there this particular cruise. It was a shorter cruise, so I didn't spend a lot of time videoing and doing all those things. I really wanted to enjoy this cruise. Another thing, they do not have lactose-free milk, and I was so upset, but that's something just to consider. If you do consume lactose-free milk like myself, you might want to bring some. But breakfast time, there's always plenty of options, pastries, fresh fruit, all of those things. Usually whatever they have in the Lido, they also have in the dining room for breakfast as well. So if you didn't get enough when you dined in, you can always come here. So now we're going to head over. My husband is a sports fan, and so this ship has a skybox. We haven't been on a ship to have a skybox since our very first cruise, which was on the Valor. So I was a little excited for him to go on a ship that had the skybox. So go in there. They do have specialty drinks, a specialty drink menu for the skybox, which is a sports bar. But just a few cocktails, signature drinks. They have your beers, all of those things. And we didn't really spend a whole lot of time in here. There wasn't really a game on or anything. But this is whenever we had breakfast in the dining room.
Good morning.
So we always come to the dining room. Always. Usually we got the same table, but we always enjoy eating out every day. So it was a great time. This is one of our port days. So we actually got off and we did a couple of excursions, but mainly we were just at the beach hanging out. But it's so beautiful, so peaceful. And we headed, this particular cruise, we did have to catch a shuttle out. So we had to get up really early, get our shuttle number. and just come back and kind of hang out. And later on, we were able to come back and catch that. While out there, we actually saw a water spout. And I'm not very familiar with water spouts, so I was a little scared. I thought it was a tornado that was going to get us, but it was a great time. It was wonderful. It was really nice. We went to the Bahamas. So right there you can see it was a little rough. It wasn't too bad. Weather was a little rough, but the water was extremely blue and it was extremely beautiful out there. So we did have a great time. So here, my favorite drink is a kiss on the lips. Not too strong, very sweet. And my husband got a rum punch. So yeah, hanging out, listening to the live music, just laying low. And one thing we do love is that they post the menu. So we kind of like to check the menu and see if we want to go to the dining room for that day. And if we don't, we'll kind of go somewhere else for dinner. So we always check and just go through and see what all they have. It's always going to be posted by the dining room. They posted late that night or early that morning, but you're able to go see what they're going to have. So we had a great variety of food on this cruise ship. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this mini cruise. It wasn't much, like I said, but this is a first of the many videos to come. See y'all later. Thank you for watching.